It's 9 p.m. and we are back here on
How to Ace Your Career.
So guys, like you all know, we come here every Friday night to help you in some aspect on how can you really ace in your career, especially for people who have some experience in their life, not the beginners. Mid-age people are what we are talking about, people who have 12 to 15 plus years of experience. And that is the reason we share challenges what those people would be going through in their life. So probably it would be, I have been doing a job, I've got the results, I've done things, but now I want something beyond this. Or I have done enough, now I want to shift my career. That could be one of the reasons. Or probably, of course, in our daily workplace where we have
Toxic boss, toxic environment. So I don't want to work here, I want to come out of it. Or could be, I'm not happy with my promotion, I'm not happy with my salary, or I'm not happy with the rise or appraisal that given to me. These are the reasons where people get stuck. They come to us and we are able to help them to achieve whatever that they want. Fortunately, it's been till now 100% success. I'm not saying it will be ahead also, but as of now, more than a decade that we have been coaching people and we are able to achieve 100% success. So who am I?
I'm Nutsan. I'm a career and a life coach, and I've been coaching mid-age professionals for the last 10 years, and I've ensured that each one of them have really got their desired results.
I'm Dheeraj, I'm a life coach and I help people in their career, their business, their relationship, all the aspects of life. And together, we form this company, ND
Life
Coaching.
So guys, like you all know, last time we had shared something very important, and that was knowing fully well that I'm not getting the desired results. I know I need to make that change. Why people still stay there, and what really needs to be done. Why do you stay there? Why can't you make that changes? And I hope you have heard to that session, and I hope you've taken those points and are you working on improving your
Absolutely.
mindset.
There's a very crucial point I want to put here is the point of we all do something from the thoughts that generates. Okay. Now, what are the thoughts? Are they positive thoughts or negative thoughts? Depends on what's your mind. Where is your mind? Is this mind of growth or is this mind of procrastination? Is this mind of faith or this mind of doubt? Is this mind of good or is this mind? The mind is what produces thought. So the source, the origin is mind. That's why we say mindset. What's your mindset? What is your mind? Is what is the thoughts that arouses, and based on that thought, the thoughts that tell you know what, अभी जरूरत नहीं है, ठीक है ना यार, सब ठीक ही तो है, अभी कर, अरे बाप रे कैसे करेंगे, oh I will never be able to, this is so difficult, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. These are the thoughts which comes from that mind, but that mind is a negative mind. That mind is not your mind. But if the thoughts are, you know what, I can do this, it's easy, I know I can make it happen, yeah, I'll do this, yeah, this is possible. Now that thoughts are generated from a different mind. That's why it's so important for you to work, observe your own mind, see what is your mindset, because based on your mind generates the thoughts, and thoughts helps you to take action.
So yes, of course, like Dheeraj just said, that really is going to determine the results of your life, and what has stopped from being in that mindset is the last session.
Yep.
So if you have worked on that, it's really to again tell it is a set of thought process that I've developed based on the experiences of my life, based on something which I've interpreted from the experiences of my life, and that is how I determine my response, my immediate response, my behavioral response, my reaction to people, to situation, to events comes from there. And that is what is mindset. Now, if I have to really work hard and change my mindset, do I really get some amazing results? Is a question mark, right? And that is what we are going to solve today. We have some amazing guests who have come here to share their success stories. When you work on your mindset, do you get the desired results? That's what we're going to share here. So I'm not going to really delay further. Let's invite my first guest. That's Vidya. Hi, Vidya.
Hi, Vidya. Good evening.
Hi, Dheeraj sir. Hi, Nutan ma'am.
We are really grateful to you that you've come here and you're going to share your life journey. It's not easy to do that. So first of all, thank you so much on behalf of all the people who are listening to you live or who are going to listen to you later. Thank you so much.
So that's about Vidya. And then we have Varun and Janvi, both a power-packed couple who had such amazing results this last year, and they're going to share it with us.
Absolutely.
Based on that change mindset.
Thank you, Varun, Janvi, once again on behalf of everybody for coming here and wanting to share your journey. And last but not the least, we have an amazing person here, Dipti. And thank you, Dipti, for coming, because she also had an amazing story. Amazing story. I'm sure you listen to it, you'll understand what we are talking. So thank you all for coming. You know, we are so
let's really begin from there. I would just ask each one of you that what has been this success story for you this year to get there. So let's really begin from, instead of waiting and expecting your response, I will this time announce who's going to be the first person, and then the second, and then the third, and then the fourth who's going to share their stories. So let me really begin with one amazing person who has a great victory, and that is about shifting from an individual contributor to actually becoming a great, successful manager. So Vidya, here you are. Please share, what was this journey like and what is it feeling now?
Okay, so thanks a lot for the opportunity. So I wouldn't have been here had it not been for this amazing person called Nutan Bhatkar. So thank you. Thanks a lot. So yeah, okay, sorry, Dheeraj sir as well. I'm sorry. Apologies.
Oh my God. I'm now depressed. What am I doing there? All these
I've gotten used to, I've gotten so used
and
to.
after joking, of course, they are her clients. She's been coaching her, and that's how they're here. So please carry on.
Yes.
So my success story, I mean, this is one of the biggest milestones in my life. I have been recently promoted as the manager of my team. Earlier, I was an individual contributor, and now I have been very recently promoted as a manager. Not only that, this manager promotion has also come with a very, very handsome salary hike. So yeah, that's one of the biggest milestones. And I think, yeah, thanks to you, that is my success.
Right. And
Yeah.
how did this happen? What was the shift in the mindset? What did you really do to be here?
Right. So I was always wanting to, shift from being an individual contributor to a people's person. I was always thinking that I will be a better people's manager. But internally, I was not prepared. Internally, I was very much focused on myself. I always had this competitive spirit of, wanting to do my best and get away with that, right? Competing with my colleagues. And I wanted recognition, visibility for every small thing that I contributed to the team. Once upon a time, I felt that the entire team is running on me, right? And in addition, I was excessively focused on the problems that the team was facing. And I was very fearful to take up those challenges, or rather than thinking of solutions, I was very fearful of taking up new challenges and coming up with proactive solutions, right? And I also started cribbing and complaining about this process not working well, my manager not doing this. So I went into the cribbing and complaining mode for almost a very long time. So Nutan ma'am was very patient. She used to hear out to me my cribbing every single session. That used to go for a good 25 minutes, 30 minutes, right? And then she made me realize that with this kind of mindset, with this kind of traits, I can nowhere reach or cannot climb the ladder of becoming a people's manager. The word itself has people, and I only had me, myself in that, only manager, me manager, right? So she first made me analyze. I went through a lot of self introspection. She made me realize that with this kind of mindset, I cannot become a people's manager. That's where the journey began, with the realization, right? Number two, she then guided me very, very meticulously, like, what needs to be done to become a people's manager. That is first in shifting the me to becoming a we. That took a lot of time, because I realized that I was so much into myself that it took a lot of effort on her part to bring me out of that me point, right? When the mindset changed from me to we, I found a change in myself, right? Rather than, excessively going into the competitive mode with my colleagues, I collaborated. I started collaborating. I started complementing their work wherever I could pitch in. Rather than being focused on my own work, I started collaborating with my colleagues. And that gave rise to our first team recognition. And when the first team recognition was given by the leadership, I was excessively happy. It gave me a lot of happiness and fulfillment. That's where I realized that, okay, this is the beginning. Like, this is the mind shift that when I made, like, from me to, working with others, there was a lot of learnings through the journey from, when I worked with my colleagues together. So that was the first breakthrough. Like, I felt a lot of happiness, and this boosted my confidence. Now I wanted to do more for my colleagues. Along with my colleagues, I wanted to, achieve the results. And this also, somehow I was able to fight my internal fears that always stopped me from taking new challenges. I said, no, let me give it a try. Let me give it a try. I'll do it for it. I'll do it for my colleagues. I'll do it for my team. So when I changed this thought perspective, I started becoming more innovative. I was able to either come up with solutions or was able to reach out to the right people who can give me solutions. Earlier, I was also resistant to getting, solution. I thought that I'm okay with it. If I'm proposing a solution, that's fine. That's the end of the story. But slowly I started, no, there are people who are better than me in this. So when they started proposing solutions and it started working wonders for my team, I was extremely excited. Then came that, I became this, with all this, I became outcome driven. I wanted to see the desired results for my team, right? I proactively, actively started seeking solutions with my stakeholders, with both internal and external stakeholders. And instead of, blaming this person, this not being correct, that not being correct, with the help of Newton ma'am, we actually laid down a process. The very first time we started, rather than blaming that this process is not working for my team, I started creating the process for our team. So with all these changes, somehow when I changed from within, the changes became external, and this caught the attention of my leadership team, and I ended up with this promotion. So this has been my journey from being a core me to, shifting to a we.
Wow.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Thank you,
Vidya.
Vidya.
So I would just like to have three very clear-cut, what I could see change in mindset. One, from me to we. That was the first thing. There was a shift in the mindset. That's amazing. Second, it was all about, believing in yourself, because that itself is not that easy. And believing in your coach, I think that also needs a mindset. Okay, because if you don't have that mindset of believing, it becomes very difficult. So whatever that she said, you believed and you had that mindset to go and implement all those things. And that is why I think another reason why you got that results, which is extremely important. And then third, I think the most important thing is giving everything, giving your all, that mindset of I'm going to give everything what I have. I think that created this difference. So this shift in the three mindset, I'm sure this is what is the results.
This is the first success story that we came up with, which was if you're seeking a promotion, with a done, and that is of course a career story, and so many of you would be wanting to, of course not. Behind that career, there's very important thing, which is a drive in a human being. Drive to lead a great, healthy, happy life, which comes from fulfilling what we are looking at, what is that we are wanting.
Yeah.
So here I would like to invite Dipti now. Dipti, who looks like she's really enjoying her weekend has started. She's sitting in a nice, comfortable t-shirt, which says that, oh, it's Friday night, I'm not going to be dressed up like this. So welcome, Dipti, and I would love to have my audience hear your story, because that's really amazing. Because when health comes as an obstacle, it's very, really difficult to fight that battle. So we would like to hear from you. What is a success story that you're going to share? And this success came because of what shift in the mindset? All yours.
Thank you so much for having me here. Am I clearly audible?
Absolutely audible.
Excellent. So hi everyone, I'm Dipti, and my story is slightly different. So I actually have had asthma for the last 20 years now. And I would say that I restricted myself, from doing many, many things over these 20 years, because I was always trying to protect myself, to say that, something should not happen and I should not land up in a hospital. The reason being that I have had a similar experience about 10 years ago, when I had an asthma attack that was beyond control. And I was taken to the hospital, and the doctor said that it was, a very slight chance that I would not make it. but I do believe there was divine intervention, and I'm here. So that, I think, experience was so stuck in my head that I was just not able to move beyond that. And I might feel a little, embarrassed to say that I have been working with both my coaches, and they have been working on me for a long time now. I would feel frustrated. They would still not lose patience. But they just kept sort of having hope and faith in me. And I kept trying to think that I should break through this, if not for anyone else, but for them. Nevertheless, this took some time. I will not say that it happened very quickly. So this time in June, in our summer break, we actually decided to go to Switzerland. And I had thought that I will, I really want to reach the Swiss Alps. I want to explore the mountain. I don't want to just be a bystander. And I really want to be out there having fun with my kid, because we knew that there would be snow and it would be our first time to actually experience that as well. Now, I have always been a person who loves outdoor, and right from my college days, right from my school days. So technically, it was not something that I was afraid to do, but still internally, I was definitely not sure if I would do it or not. I spoke to my coaches, and I actually was very specific that I want to do this, but I need your support to do it. And I think that was the most excellent part, because just having them stand beside me or behind my back or have my back was enough of a push for me to say that, yes, you can do it this time. My goal was very clear, and I think their support was very strong, which kind of made me prepared to go ahead and take a step like this. So we went, and constantly I was in my head, telling myself that I'm not going to miss this opportunity, because my last summer break, I had already missed a similar opportunity, and I really had regretted it for a whole year. So this time I actually visited 2 mountain tops, walked a very narrow cliff, which was joining 2 mountains. There were strong chilly winds, and it was really a feeling of liberation, as though I had broken through my own limitations and, sort of found myself, my original self, which I had lost for so many years. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what the entire story is all about. Sorry if I've just gone on rambling, but everything's coming back.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
So I think that our journey with Dipti has been long, and there are a lot of victories she's seen in her career, friend, relationship. But this was one of the deepest and the biggest fear of life, the fear of that illness, which almost took her to the other side of life. And that is the day it developed so strongly that she always wanted to remain protected. You can imagine during COVID times, an asthma patient who's seen that side, I wouldn't even want to mention that, and has come back, how difficult it must have been. And from there, then thinking that I'm going to the topest mountains in Switzerland, experiencing the snow, enjoying there, seeing the peak, is a huge decision that she made. And that small shift in that mindset. And here she is enjoying the coldest weather, experiencing the peak, really enjoying with the entire family, and coming back absolutely healthy, and doing that in a country where no one knows.
Fear to courage. Okay, that's the first shift. And the shift from doubt to faith. This shift in the mind is what? That mind which became a mind of faith and courage, she could do something like this. It's not easy. People with absolutely healthy state also, it finds it difficult. And with her kind of illness, she did it. So that's the power of shift in the mindset. Yes.
Now we'll of course go to this powerful couple sitting here, and we would want to hear their success in this last year, what they've really experienced. So I'll first go to the minority in this entire gang. Let's go to Varun and hear his success story.
Yes, Varun, all yours.
Yeah. Hi, good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. So I would like to share 2 success stories. First of all, I work with a corporate banking sector, And I was working with retail banking for almost 8 to 10 years, but last year I shifted to corporate banking, and I was able to achieve 175% of my sales target last year. And secondly, during the appraisal, my boss was so happy. He told me so many good things. Not only that, I was surprised that he gave me a great rating. He went out of the way to give a market correction in my salary and also ensured that I get a great bonus. So these are the two victories I would like to share. Hello.
Yeah, I think there was a network issue. Really
Yes.
sorry. Yeah, you
Okay.
can go ahead. Really sorry. Please go ahead.
No, no problem. So, I start again. Good evening. So I'm working with the corporate banking sector, and for so many years, last past 10 years, I've been working in retail banking. So just last year, about 1.5 year back, I shifted to corporate banking, and last year I was able to achieve 175% of my sales target. That is my first victory. And second victory is during appraisals, my boss was really happy with me, and to my surprise, he gave me an excellent rating. And not only that, he also made a market correction in my salary and ensured that I get a great bonus. So this is what happened. These are two small victories which I had here.
Fantastic. So, if anyone is interested in getting an exceed expectation rating, if anyone is interested in getting a market correction in their salary,
And want a great bonus,
then what
let's-
is the shift you need to make? Varun, please tell us.
please tell us what is the shift that you made?
So first of all, to start with, I would like to thank both of you. And going ahead, I always thought that I will grow automatically if I work hard and I'm sincere. And I was doing all that, but it never worked. And then after attending the sessions, I realized that it's very important to have a growth mindset. So, and then I learned that how I can achieve my goals, what attitude I need to work with, all these things. So aligning myself and learning a lot of other tools and applying them, like having an action plan, being focused, marketing yourself, also being a part of that community where, there are small challenges and I get inputs from so many people and I apply them. So all this together helped me, achieve my desired results.
Okay. So, now moving on to the second person sitting next to her, Janvi, we would like to know from you how has been your last year? What are the victories that you have accomplished in this 1 year? What is your success story?
Yeah, hi everyone, and I'm really excited because I have a series of success stories and achievements, I would say. So, last year actually I received a Special Achievement Award for some extraordinary contributions in my function. And of course, it was a great feeling, and my manager gave this surprise award and really appreciated my work in front of the entire forum. At another instance, I was invited as a speaker at the Institute of Company Secretaries of India Pune chapter for a session for the fresher CS. There is a leadership development course that they need to complete, and I was invited as a speaker there. Of course, earlier I was little hesitant, but with your guidance, Susan ma'am, I was able to shun away my inhibitions and conduct a really amazing interactive 3 hour session for the first time. And I also received excellent feedback from the students, which I got to know later. Uh, Also, the increments that happened last month were really great, not just for me, but also for my team members. They were more than happy when they saw the numbers, the promotions who were expecting, they got the promotions. And for me also, personally, they were really great and reflected the result of my hard work for the entire year. In fact, I would say not just last month, but I was able to have several achievements since last year, uh, just by changing the mindset. And again, to name a few, in November last year, my company received the most prestigious Golden Peacock Award for corporate governance. And this was again a collective, the result of collective hard work of both me and my team members. Then again in January, I was approached by a renowned organization for an interview, which got printed in the January edition. The magazine is called as Sports Leadership, along with interviews of other prominent board members and independent directors. So that was one of my dreams, and I could see a 3 page interview being printed with my photos. So that was a great feeling. And again, so the list is unending, but this is the last one. In February again, so one of my board members invited me to be a speaker for a session which was organized by the Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs. So this was a session for the audit committee members of many government companies and PSUs, and there were many several prominent members who were present there, and I took one of the sessions on insider trading, and that was an amazing experience. I wouldn't have been able to do it, Susan ma'am, without any of your support, because I was earlier in that fixed mindset, but later I started shifting my mindset, and because of this, I think the entire last year and this year have been full of achievements.
Wow. So it's so amazing to hear these stories from both of them. One is Varun, who actually has been a businessman, shifting his mindset from there to actually come into becoming an employee, which itself is a huge shift in the mindset. Then getting into finance sector, which is one of the toughest to deliver, going there in sales, and today reaching a stage where he's overachieving them and being appreciated because he's one of the best in the country today in organization. And that is where that market mindset, which is efforts every single day. And Janvi, oh God, there was a list of all of them. They heard something which made her organization proud, because it's not easy to get the award which she could get for her organization and the team supporting her. And she's become a celebrity today where people are interviewing her in different magazines. She's become a public speaker where she's addressing board members and then going back to your institute and saying, here I am, the institute inviting you and saying, please share your story and please train these people so that they can become successful employees. What a journey. Amazing, Janvi. Thank you very much for sharing. And India itself is not enough, right? So there we have one guest from miles away, straight from UK, finishing her exam and joining us for this session. Thank you very much, Aditi, for really making that effort, because I don't know with what rush you would have finished your exam that she could be here, because the exam was till 9:30. So thank you very much for being
Yeah,
here.
it was till now. It was I did it 15 minutes before. So yeah,
I hope you complete your exam.
I did. I did. It showed me like last 15 minutes, and then I like, okay, I just went to brushed up all my flagged questions, and yeah,
Wow.
I would say it was a good exam as well. So I was confident enough in this exam, and I would give credit to the shift of mindset that has happened, even appearing for your exam or being confident while giving
So
your
true.
exam. So
So true.
Absolutely.
it begins in there.
Yes. So Aditi, what's your success story? And what is that shift in the mindset that got you this success?
So, first of all, thank you very much, Nutan ma'am, for giving me this opportunity to speak. And before that, making me capable of speaking in front of so many people. So, talking about, I'll go back in October 2023, where I was struggling in my team due to some office politics that was going on, and somewhere I had given up on what I wanted to achieve. Like career wise, I was like, forget everything. What is happening in the office is just not what I would take it in with myself, and ended up quitting my job. And I was with Nutan ma'am. The entire journey, I was sharing with her what was happening. The support that I got from her was to build it up instead of taking it as a negative way, taking it as a positive, how I could take it in a positive way. So the first thing that was to work towards my career. And because I was working in, like, introducing myself, I was working as an accounting person, and I've moved after my maternity. I've moved to procurement and supply chain. I was working with a tank container company before, and after this thing happening in October, I was like, okay, couple of months, I'll give myself time. I would study and work towards finding a new job. Few months passed by. I had a holiday plan coming to India, so obviously it was getting difficult for me to apply anywhere, and you cannot tell them that I'll be away for like 6 weeks after joining. So it was getting a bit difficult to get a job, and I was being really restless, like how am I going to get. I was appearing my exams, I wasn't paying attention. Although I had time, I wasn't able to focus. Everything was like looking scattered for me. And the worst part was because I had started my career 2 years back after my maternity, and the gap was for about 4 years. So having that gap had started building up again, and that was scaring me somewhere. I would thank God for having Nutan ma'am next to me, supporting me in every way that she could, from mentally preparing, and even to give me that support, like how studying would help me, because I've got 2 kids. Handling the household chores, wherein I know my husband works out of city for 3 days a week. It was really getting difficult for me to even concentrate studying, finding a job, looking after kids. It was all piling up. The only thing I wanted was to focus one thing at a time, and that's what Nutan ma'am asked me to work on, which I did. And 6 months time, when I came back to UK after my holidays, I was interviewed by one of the the biggest company in tank containers in the UK, and I was interviewed by them. There were 2 roles in that company. One was a assistant role, which I thought, like, chalo yaar, I'll at least have to have a gateway to get inside the company, and then I'll see how I could progress and I could prove myself. So I applied for that role, and the biggest thing was I got the job. I was very happy. I was happy because it was a long gap again. 6 months was not a small period. After that 6 months of time, I got this job, and you won't believe, in a week's time, my head of procurement comes to me and says, there was another role of procurement supervisor. Why didn't you apply that? Don't you think you're capable for it? And that literally was, I was shocked. And the only thing she had called me was, to discuss the plan, how it's going to go ahead. And then there was a team sitting, and to be honest, she gave me a week's time. She asked me, go through the role, see how you fit in, let me know how we can work it out, and let me know the next Friday. We'll sit down together and we'll have a discussion over it. And obviously I was happy, but I was overwhelmed, like, how am I going to manage this? It's not an easy role. What I was hired for was for a US market, which I had done before. And obviously working as an assistant is like, you could still be somewhere, not doing things and be fine with it, because there'll be someone else taking care of. But this was like not just America, it was Europe, Middle East, America, and a team of 6 people to be taken care of. So I was definitely overwhelmed. Like, how am I going to manage it? I went back to Nutan ma'am, and I was like, I'm happy that I'm getting this. I'm getting a promotion. I'm getting a salary hike in a week's time. But what is happening? Like, and it was the biggest shock of my life. And it's on this Monday on the 8th is what I signed to become as a procurement supervisor. And I'm still shivering thinking about what has happened in this period of time. But I would definitely say it is the shift of mindset, that you can do it, you can achieve it. You have to focus on what you want from your life, and everything falls in place. From taking care of my kids, my son has excelled in his exams. He has a SATs, although it's year 3, but it's still, I would say, he's doing best in his field. My daughter will be joining her school. I'm attending all her meetings. I'm making sure I'm attending all their bench, like I'm attending all of the stages that a mother or a parent should be there for. And I'm not compromising on my family life. I'm managing my studies, which obviously I gave my exam today. So it just falls in place. And the only thing for it is the shift of mindset and your focus.
Wow.
And I would thank 100% to Nutan ma'am for supporting me till this day and
Wow.
not giving up on me as well.
Awesome.
Thank you, Aditi. So this is another wonderful story that never hesitate to get into an organization, get the opportunities. So when this, we of course were discussing that should we apply for this? I'm wanting something better, but she ended in 1 week's time. So from being a mother, full-time mother, to coming back to corporate life, to reach age where the stakeholders feel that you're capable to handle a team. Why are you doing such a small little role? And experiencing that where there are promised growth in salary at
Yes,
particular
they
intervals.
have, yeah.
Yes, at the end of the year,
In
she'll
next
be
6
having a-
months, yeah, it's going to 40%
It's good.
hike.
Yes, it's going to be a 40% hike.
It's a plan that I've signed for.
Yes, yes. With a manager role, handling a team of 6 people, really, really amazing. And that is what can happen, irrespective of where you are, if you decide to work on yourself and decide to work on your mind. So thank you very much, all of you, for this.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Each
amazing
and every
stories.
one of you
Yes.
for making people believe. Like you see, the last story that we are talking, that it's like unbelievable that you've just joined and in 1 week things have changed. That is the power, is your mindset. The moment you do shift here, everything changes. So thank you so much, all of you coming here. And I'm sure all the people who are listening now and later, you can see that it's there with it's you. If you're not growing, if you're not progressing, it's all because there is something not wrong anywhere else, but it's something wrong in your mindset. Shift your mindset, shift your life. Thank you very much, and see you all again.
And before
Yes.
that, before we end, and that's the reason we are coming up with this wonderful, amazing workshop on growth mindset. You've seen the stories here. It's just that little effort required from yourself to make that shift, work on yourself, and you can accomplish anything in any area. So be there, you'll find the comment and see you on the other side where we have all these people joining you along you, sharing the story and more details, but I'm working out the steps on what did it take for them to get these desired results. So thank you once again for being here to share stories, and all those people out there who are listening at 9 p.m. on
How to
Carry On.